are diving deep into the world of some powerful dog breeds, the Cane Corso and the Presa Canario. And, judging from the stack of articles you sent over, it seems like you're really considering one of these dogs to bring into your life.
Yeah, you've definitely come to the right place if you want to learn about these dogs.
Yeah.
We're going to unpack everything we can about them.
Yeah, we're talking temperament, training, energy levels. We're going to try to figure out which breed, if either is right for you. But first, if any, right, let's talk about size, because these are some big dogs, right?
Yeah, they're definitely substantial. A Cane Corso usually is somewhere between 23 and 27 inches tall, and they weigh somewhere between 88 and 110 pounds.
Okay.
But a Presa Canario is even bigger. They can get up to like 140 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're not talking like tiny lap dogs here.
No, definitely not.
But I'm guessing that you think temperament is more important than how much a dog weighs, right?
You're right. Their temperament is really going to determine if they're a good fit for your life. And one thing I noticed in the articles is that Cane Corsos are known for being really loyal, like intensely loyal.
Okay.
Which is sweet, but it could be a problem for an owner who's not ready for that.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like you would need to be ready to handle that kind of intensity. So what about the Presa Canario? Are they as intense?
Well, they're definitely protective. Like, both breeds were bred to be guard dogs, but Presa Canarios tend to be a little softer around the edges. They still need training. Of course, early socialization is so important. But they're known for being eager to please.
So maybe a little easier to train than the Cane Corso.
Yeah, you could say that. And one of the articles even mentioned that they're really sensitive to their owner's tone of voice. So positive reinforcement works really well with this breed.
Oh, that's interesting. So basically you're saying that with these dogs, it's all about finding that balance between, gentle guidance and consistent boundaries.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we know these dogs are loyal and they're big, but what about their intelligence? Can you actually teach them to do anything besides, just look scary?
Yeah, they're not just big softies. They actually are both really smart breeds. But like we were talking about with their temperaments, they learn a little differently.
Okay. How so?
Well, Cane Corsos are kind of like those students in school who always get good grades.
Really?
They're focused, they aim to please, they pick things up quickly, especially with the right kind of training. One article I was looking at actually mentioned a Cane Corso who became a certified therapy dog.
Wow. Seriously, a therapy dog?
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
That's wild. I mean, I guess it just goes to show that with the right training, any dog can do amazing things.
Exactly. And Presa Canarios, they might not be as obsessed with acing every test, but they are incredibly adaptable. They're problem solvers.
Right, right. I remember reading about that. So what's an example of how that plays out in real life?
Let's say you take your dog to a new park that they'd never been to before. A Cane Corso might stick right by your side looking to you to tell them what to do. But a Presa Canario would probably be like, okay, let's go explore.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They like to check things out, figure things out for themselves.
They sound like they have a real independent streak.
They do, and that can be a really great thing for the right owner.
Okay, this is really interesting stuff. So we've talked about size, we've talked about temperament, we've talked about intelligence, but we haven't talked about how much exercise these dogs need. And I'm guessing it's a lot, right?
Yeah, it definitely is more than a quick stroll around the block. Remember, these dogs come from a long line of working dogs. They were bred to herd cattle guard property. They need to move.
Okay, so like no living in a tiny apartment with these dogs then?
Probably not a good idea unless you want to deal with some destroyed furniture. One of the articles you sent actually talked about how important it is to make sure these dogs, especially Cane Corsos, get enough exercise.
Oh, yeah. What did it say?
It said that if they don't get enough physical activity and mental stimulation, they can get really destructive.
Makes sense. So how much exercise are we talking here?
For a Cane Corso, you're looking at least an hour every day. And it can't just be a leisurely walk. Either they need something more intense, like a good game of fetch, or a run in a fenced-in area.
An hour a day, wow. And what about a Presa Canario? Is it even more for them?
It can be, yeah. They've got that independent streak, remember? They were bred to roam and explore, so they need a lot of space to really thrive.
So how much exercise would you say they need?
At least 2 hours a day, ideally even more. And they love to explore new places, so hiking trails, big open fields, that's the good stuff.
Okay, so we're talking about a serious commitment here. These dogs aren't for someone who just wants to take a quick walk around the block once a day.
No, not at all.
You got to be ready to put in the time and effort, but it sounds like if you do, you'll be rewarded with an amazing companion.
Exactly. Owning a Cane Corso or a Presa Canario, it's a big responsibility, but it can be incredibly rewarding if you're prepared.
Well said. So there you have it, folks, the Cane Corso and the Presa Canario.
Two incredible breeds with a lot to offer.
We've talked about their size, their temperament, how intelligent they are, how much exercise they need, and most importantly, we've talked about what you need to be prepared for if you're thinking about welcoming one of these dogs into your life.
Because at the end of the day, choosing the right dog is about finding the right match for both of you.
Exactly. So do your research, talk to breeders, spend some time with both breeds, and most importantly, trust your gut. Owning a dog is a big decision, but it's also one of the most rewarding decisions you can make.
I completely agree.
So that's it for today's deep dive. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope it's given you a lot to think about. Until next time, happy dog loving.